Live interactive Weather Authority coverage, sponsored by Rennie's for your next Maine adventure, will begin shortly.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage, sponsored by Rennie's, starts right now.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to you. Hopefully you had a good weekend. Of course, we had the beautiful, nice, dry conditions. It was almost perfection out there yesterday and on Saturday. Today, we're seeing a lot of clouds. It's still pretty nice. And then the heat is on the way. So thanks for joining, everybody. Of course, we're talking about the forecast for the upcoming week. And again, the big story here is a very potent, very impressive for June heat wave that is going to be starting tomorrow with some really major levels of heat here that could be very dangerous, in fact, with the high humidity as well. So yeah, put those air conditioners in, get ready. It's coming. It starts tomorrow and it continues through the rest of the week. So thanks for joining, everybody. Let's jump right in and talk about what we're expecting here. Pretty quiet, pretty comfy out there today. It's a good day to maybe get some stuff done outdoors before the heat really takes in full effect starting tomorrow. Now, tomorrow through Friday, we've got that excessive heat. It's going to be very hot, widespread 90s to near 100 degrees. Feels like temperatures running in the 105-degree range. Yeah, this is going to be some serious heat. Some of us could even see feels like temperatures near 110, and it's not going to cool down at night. So our bodies are not going to get that break from the heat overnight. So it's going to make it tough to stay cool again. So you want to put that air conditioner in, head to the beach or the lake, have a way to stay cool later this week. But for today, again, it's not bad out there for our Monday. Still really comfy, 70s for the most part this afternoon to near 80 degrees. Tomorrow, though, that heat kicks in. We've got a heat advisory for Tuesday afternoon. Feels like temperature is going to be up to 95 degrees tomorrow. And then we go into Wednesday and Thursday, an excessive heat watch. This is the first one issued for Maine in 5 years. We're going to see heat levels we haven't seen in about 5 years here on Wednesday and Thursday. Potentially, for some of us, record highs here on Wednesday and Thursday. Some really serious heat, especially considering that it's still June. Normally we see this kind of heat, if we do see it at all, in July and August. Somewhat unusual to be getting such extreme heat so early in the season. Feels like temperatures, again, in the 105-degree plus range. It looks like at the coastline will be a little cooler, probably a heat advisory there, but still not going to be cool really anywhere in Maine on Wednesday or on Thursday. So yeah, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji. Yeah, we are going to be toasty, very hot here through the rest of the week. In fact, so hot, our scale on our temperature trend has been maxed out. We don't set it to see temperatures that hot. So yeah, maxed out here. Tuesday, we start feeling the heat. It's still in the 80s at the coast, low 90s further inland. Look at that 97, though, on Wednesday and 98 on Thursday. I mean, just really incredible levels of heat. Very possible, in fact, almost likely at this point, that a few towns in Maine probably do get to those elusive triple digits, hitting 100 in the state of Maine. That is a rare thing to happen. And it looks like we could very well see that on Wednesday or on Thursday. Friday is still hot and very humid, just not quite as extreme. Notice by the weekend, the heat breaks. We're going to see some storms on Friday. That's going to bring the heat to an end for the weekend. But I want to show you guys our feels like temperatures. After today, again, which is a very quiet, very not hot day for our Monday, tomorrow, that's when we start really feeling that intense heat out there, feeling like right around the 95-degree mark inland. Those 100-degree temperatures tomorrow, probably a bit overdone, but still, either way, gets the message through that it's going to be very hot on Tuesday. Tuesday is not as hot as it will be on Wednesday. We keep cranking up that heat. I mean, look at these temperatures on Wednesday afternoon. In the 105-degree range, again, sometimes potentially pushing a little bit above that with the extreme humidity. Yeah, just nasty conditions here with the high heat on Wednesday. Notice the coastline is a little cooler. So if you're looking for the cool temperatures, head to the beaches. A little bit of a breeze there. Not really much of a sea breeze, but a little bit of a breeze should help it to feel a little better. And of course, the ocean being in the 50s still, that will also help it to feel better. But just be cautious, again, with that cold water. Even though it's going to be super hot, that water still very cold in the ocean. Yeah, Cape is going to be crazy later this week, buddy. as we get towards Friday with that cold front moving in, easily could see it 2,000 joules per kilogram, maybe 3,000, which just basically means the atmosphere is going to have a ton of energy for storms. So severe weather very well could be a possibility on Friday. But before we get there, we still have to get through the heat on Wednesday and on Thursday. Thursday's almost identical to Wednesday. Again, feeling like about 105 away from the coast. You'll notice some 108s popping up there. Yeah, not out of the question. We feel close to 110 degrees. Yeah. Hope everyone stays cool out of this heat. Go where it's cool. That's right. Are we going to break records? Yes, that looks very, very likely here on Wednesday and potentially on Thursday as well. The forecast in Freiburg on Wednesday is 98. The record is 94. That almost is certainly getting broken. Augusta, the forecast is 96. The record is 98. So probably not breaking it Wednesday. Does look like we will break it on Thursday. Even still, though, Augusta, you've only gotten to, or I should say, Augusta's hottest temperature ever recorded is 100 degrees. We're not going to be far from that on Wednesday, and especially on Thursday in Augusta. There's a chance Augusta ties the hottest temperature they've ever seen. That is some crazy heat, especially considering, again, that it is still June. Sanford also forecasting near record heat. I mean, 98 degrees. Crazy to see these numbers for Maine. I'm from Georgia, so I'm a little more used to it, but even still, this would be unusual in Georgia. So seeing this in Maine is on another level here. Mid 90s is the record, or 95 is the record in Sanford. We're going to break that. Portland, probably we don't break a record on Wednesday. A better chance for breaking the record on Thursday. Notice we're forecasting 91, and that record is 94. So yeah, some real extreme heat here on the way for Wednesday and for Thursday. The worst part of it is that it's going to be extremely humid as well. Notice our muggy meter here as we head into Tuesday. Yeah, climbing up to that uncomfortable level. And look at Wednesday. I mean, we're just going to be off the charts humid here. Oppressive doesn't even begin to describe it. It's going to really just be feeling quite atrocious. That's a good word, maybe, on Wednesday and on Thursday as well, with the very, very high levels of humidity. So again, having a plan to stay cool, heading somewhere where it's cool, even if that's an air-conditioned movie theater or the mall or something like that, not a bad idea. Again, this heat dome is going to be approaching record levels. If any of you guys are familiar with Mount Washington, they're the hottest temperature ever recorded up at the summit of Mount Washington at the Weather Observatory there, 72 degrees. The forecast for Wednesday and Thursday, 72 degrees. A really good chance Mount Washington, which has a very long history of records, ties its all-time record high, could even break it. Imagine on top of Mount Washington in the 70s. That is how you know it's hot here in New England. So yes, very hazy, very hot, very humid, triple H weather here, especially Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to be hotter than most of the entire country on Wednesday and on Thursday. Notice by the weekend, though, it gets sort of squished to the south with the heat dome. We turn a little more unsettled, and we do turn cooler as well. So the heat breaks by the weekend. Some good news there, and it potentially ends with some severe storms on Friday afternoon and evening. So stay tuned through this week as we continue to refine those threats and see if it will turn into something impactful here across the state. But in terms of rainfall, looks pretty much dry until the very end of the week. Of course, the big story is the heat and humidity. If you're a gardener and you're watching right now, you've got a bunch of plants going, you got your flowers blooming, you might want to consider protecting them in some way, especially Wednesday and Thursday. Definitely make sure you're watering them extra, I would say here, because the evaporation is just going to be so incredibly high. Flash drought conditions, very possible here, where the ground just dries out incredibly quickly. That's possible this week. So again, making sure those plants are watered is going to be key here. So again, through about Thursday evening, we're dry. Can't rule out maybe a pop-up shower or storm Tuesday, Wednesday, or even Thursday, but most of us should stay hot and very sunny. Friday, though, as a cold front moves in, does look like we'll see a better chance for rain and some storms as well. Again, that's going to be what breaks our heat wave here on Friday, is that cold front, which is going to bring those thunderstorms. Yeah, not looking forward to the heat in Wells. Garden and Flowers will get extra water for sure. Luckily, Mary, you in Wells, you have the benefit of the cold ocean. It's still going to be in the 90s there Wednesday and Thursday, potentially Friday as well. But as long as you're if you go down to the beach, it will feel a little bit better. That's nice, at least here in Maine, is that our ocean is always very, very cold. Yeah, you'll be watering yourself. Me too. I'm definitely gonna be at the beach and at the lake. I'm getting the paddleboard out this week. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm excited for the great weather for being on the water, not so excited about the extreme levels of humidity that we're going to be seeing. So here's a look at our 7-day forecast. In Portland, we're not guaranteed to get an official heat wave, which of course is 3 days in the 90s or more. Very possible we do. I think that would be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday along the coastline. If we do see a heat wave, of course, Thursday is the summer solstice. So right on time, we're in the 90s on Thursday. For that summer solstice. Friday, we're still hot, but not quite as extreme as storms come in during the afternoon and cool us down. You notice we're back in the 70s for the weekend. Doesn't really look all that wet this weekend. It just looks like we'll see some scattered showers. Slam my hand on the desk. Some scattered showers and some scattered storms on Saturday and on Sunday. Look at this 7-day away from the coastline. This is the hottest forecast I have ever made since living in Maine. I've lived here almost 3 years now, and there has not been a forecast hotter than this. 90s on Tuesday, near 100 Wednesday and Thursday. How many times in Maine do you say near 100 degrees? That's what we're going to be Wednesday and Thursday. Still in the 90s Friday, but the storms come in during the afternoon and evening, cooling us down finally. And then we're seeing chances for showers and storms persisting into the weekend. I think one of the keys here, notice these overnight temperatures only in the 70s. We're not cooling off at night. That will put stress on your body if you don't have air conditioning, because you won't be able to get a reprieve from the heat. So again, finding a place to stay cool going to be key here. Good morning, Klein and Kara Bassett. You're one spot that won't be quite as extreme this week. It's going to still be very hot there. Probably not in the upper 90s, though, more around 90 or so up in Kara Bassett. Way too early to tell Maine Regional Scanner Network if there's going to be any widespread severe weather on Friday. But if we do see severe storms, I would think definitely damaging winds could be a threat. I know we'll be busy all week with heat stroke calls. Very key here. I'm going to leave this comment up here because that is something so important to remember. Hydration, hydration, hydration. Start drinking a lot of water today, so you go into this hot stretch already hydrated, because then you're going to be in a deficit if you just go into it not being hydrated already. So yeah, if you're going to be outside, you're going to be sweating a lot. If you're going to be outside for a long period of time, make sure you're taking breaks. Again, very taxing on your body, these conditions with the extreme heat and humidity. This is a Houston, Texas 7-day forecast, even hotter than some of the weather they get in Houston. I think we are going to be hotter than Houston on Wednesday and on Thursday. So yeah, real extreme heat here. Just got to take this in because, wow, I mean, upper 90s in Maine. That is some top tier heat. I mean, this would be wild to see in July, let alone the month of June. So again, stay cool this week, you guys. That's going to be the big key here. Feels like temperatures again in that 105 degree range Wednesday and Thursday. Still very hot Friday. The weekend is when we finally do see some relief and we see some rain returning as well. And again, we will continue to monitor that potential on Friday for that possibility for some severe storms as well. So looks like an active week, at least in terms of the heat. Doesn't look active in terms of rain or storms until Friday. It looks like mostly we're going to be very, very sunny out there Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Today's really the one day this week that we're going to see a lot of clouds out there. So have a great rest of your day, everybody. Get that air conditioner put in. Enjoy the last day of somewhat cooler weather here before, again, we head into this extreme heat, feeling like 105 again on Wednesday and on Thursday. We'll keep you posted on this forecast. We'll let you know when those records fall. I'm very curious to see how many records we break. I'm also curious to see if we hit 100. If you're in Freiburg, you're watching right now, you're in Sanford, Limerick, Leamington. These are usual typical hotspots. I'd say your top candidates for hitting 100 degrees for the first time in years in Maine, Wednesday or Thursday. Really, really impressive here. Wild to see these kind of temperatures in our forecast. But again, we'll keep you posted on if anything changes. We'll keep you posted on that severe weather threat that is potentially there for the end of the week. But otherwise, stay cool, you guys. Head to the beach and maybe play hooky one day this week and take off the day and go to the beach and enjoy the cool water with these very, very hot temps. So have a great rest of your day, everybody. Again, we'll keep you posted on the heat.
Live, interactive CBS 13 and Fox 23 Weather Authority coverage for your next Maine adventure has been sponsored by Rennie's.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Make sure to stay connected with CBS 13